Alright folks, welcome to another modern stream. Today we're gonna be playing some undead folks. And this is actually a pretty nice little flashback for me, because back in the day I had a Psychic Dog deck, and then my Psychic Dog deck was stolen. So my dad, who obviously has no idea about magic whatsoever, he bought me a zombie deck that he found at the local game store. And that zombie had a couple of Lord of the Undead. So actually, I have cast a fair amount of Lord of the Undeads. They were very often alongside losing matches, so that's the not so good part, because obviously my deck was a lot it was very underpowered compared to to the rest of the people that were playing on my edges. But I went there and I just dug in, and every single weekend I was looking forward. I couldn't wait to cast my 3-mana Lord of the Undeads that would buff the rest of my zombies. And boy, when I got something back from the graveyard, whew, was some good stuff. It was some good stuff. Of course, my win rate whenever I drew the Lord of the Undead and it wasn't killed was significantly higher than when I didn't. But I just did not know any better. So yeah, this is a zombie deck courtesy of Ash. Thank you so much for the continued support, Ash. It means a lot. It really does. And we have it's a pretty sweet deck. I think that it's doing some pretty interesting things. We're of course digging into the zombie tribe, and the zombie tribe of course has the power of coming back from the dead. That's what zombies do, right? So we got some grave crawlers. We got some carrion feeders to work with our dying synergies. We have Tideholder's Collar in order to control the opponent's hands. We have Wayward Servant, which drains your opponent every time a zombie enters the battlefield. Blood Scrivener is one that I have not seen in a really long time. 2 mana, 2/1. If you draw a card while you have no cards in hand, instead you draw 2 cards and you lose 1 life. It's basically it's Bob, right? This is just Dark Confident, straight up Dark Confident. Not quite, but this deck does a pretty good job at basically emptying its entire hand. So I'm expecting that we're going to trigger this guy a non-zero amount of the time. Diagram of Colossus is a card that is pretty interesting. So it's a 3-mana 2/2 that will enter the battlefield with a +1/+1 counter for each zombie card in your graveyard. And then whenever you cast a zombie, you create another zombie. So it feeds itself. The zombie stabbed, by the way. But it's big if you cast it in the mid to late game. So once you have already cast your zombies, this guy becomes huge. And then if you play this guy in the early game, then every zombie that you cast actually nets you extra zombies. So it works in going tall in a way, and it also goes in going wide too. So it's it's a pretty nice thing. Digraph, Carrion Feeder, and Gravecrawler combos a lot. Yeah, for sure. You start spitting out zombies, and then you grow your Carrion Feeder. Good stuff. Death Baron, 1 black for a 2/2. Skeletons you control and other zombies get +1/+1 and have Death Touch. Liliana Heretical. Yeah. 3 mana 2/3, and it's a flip planeswalker. Whenever another creature you control dies, which should be fairly easy to achieve for us, you create a zombie and then you flip it into a planeswalker. Lots of good abilities in this planeswalker. Lord of the Undead, as I was saying earlier. And finally, Diagraph Captain. 3 mana for a 2/2 Death Touch. Other zombies get +1/+1, and whenever a zombie you control dies, your opponent loses 1 life. That is the main deck. Of course, Vials, because Vials are busted in creature decks. And then Ancient Cigarette, Cavern of Souls, and Unclaimed Territory are all going to help us cast our spells. Of course, it's mostly black cards, but we have a couple of white cards and we have a couple of blue cards. So those get fixed by our other cards, or we can just vial those in with Aether Vial. When we move on to the sideboard, we have access to Fatal Push, removal, Feed the Swarm, more removal, and even removal for enchantments, which can be a big deal. Yixlid Jailer against graveyard decks. Zombie Outlander. I actually had to look this one up. 2 mana, 2/2 pro green. This reminds me in old school from the deck that's called Dissolution, which plays like blue 2 mana 2/2s with protection from red and stuff like that. It's really hilarious. Mire Triton, 2 mana 2/1 Death Touch, and when it enters the battlefield, you mill 2 cards so you gain 2 life. It's a nice little speed bump against aggressive strategies. And finally, Quest for the Graveyard, effectively a 1 mana 5/5 that you have to work a little bit for. So pretty interesting stuff. It's gonna be a fun league. We're gonna do some serious beating down, hopefully. If you're enjoying the content, of course, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button, and I will see you there for round number 1. Alrighty, welcome to round number 1. We have a vial and we can cast it. Broken. Gonna name Zombie. And we're gonna get going. We're gonna get going soon. Went 3-1 with Karn Amulet on Sunday. Nice. Overgrown Tomb, tapped. Okay. Huh. So I think I'm still just playing the Gravecrawler. Because we can always just like file this guy in. I missed on a drain, but my opponent can't. Oh, it's Yawgmoth. Okay. If we find the land, we're probably going to be looking okay. This also means that my opponent does not have good blocks, which is nice. If we find the land, of course. Land? Excellent, excellent. Wayward Servant. Death Touch Zombo. Drain you. Serve. Let's go. Why have I been wasting so much of my life playing Primeval Titan when you could have been playing this deck? Oh, this deck is perfect. No, I'm not in town today, Scott. But yeah. Happy that you've been casting some Primeval Titans. Serves you well. Serves you well. Good job, man. Wait. Oh, this doesn't give Death Touch to other zombies. Well, I guess I just learned something. Next turn, we're going to get to... We're dealing a lot of damage this coming turn. 5-color elemental is going to be interesting, so get ready to jam it, of course, of course. It's going to be a lot of cards. Strangle Root Geist. Resolves. So they have Chord. They can Chord for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can't Chord for Yogg. Nice. If I attack with everything, this is gonna be a 3/3, and then we can get it back even worst case scenario. And they just don't really have good blocks. They think the new red elemental is going in Ponza. I don't know. It doesn't seem too great, honestly. It kind of disappointed a little bit. Far and away the best. I think that it's great that it's not, you know, like overly busted. But not having flash, I think it makes that elemental a lot worse. I know that I'm gonna be doing some, you know, some like draining with this thing, but obviously I don't want to do it now because I want to attack for 4. This is just, it just means more damage. Opponent has Chord to the surprise of nobody. In fact, because of that, I think that my opponent would have corded for 4 if they had cast the Geist off of the Wall of Roots. So they kind of messed up there. Well, I guess they could also they could only call for 2, I guess. So here we're gonna deal 4, and this is a 3/3. We can make it a 4/4 if we want, if we don't kill this. So that way we deal 4. I think I want to sack this. I think I do want to sack this. I leave them with the Wall of Roots. I do leave them with the Wall of Roots, but I think that the 1 point of damage may matter more. No, actually, the mana is gonna like this. This represents 2 mana for Chord, so yeah. So I think the mana is gonna be better. But I think I'm gonna drain because it's really important to make sure that I can keep my opponent low on stuff. So instead of casting the Scrivener, I'm just gonna cast this thing 3 times. Oh, this is just lethal. That's sick. That's so sick. This is sick. So sick. Wow. I didn't even think about this. Awesome. All right. All right. So Yizlik's Jailer seems very good. Thank you for the follow, Frels, by the way. This seems quite powerful. This triggers off a creature we control. Seems a little bit slow, particularly on the draw. Not a great combo with Gravecrawler, by the way. But it is specifically with Gravecrawler that this is a problem. Yeah, I was thinking exactly about this. Like 2 mana X1 against Yawgmoth doesn't excite me too much. I don't think I care about their beatdown plan whatsoever. So I don't think I really care about the pro green dude. Don't care about this. I could. Fatal Push is interesting. Like killing Yawgmoth seems interesting. How does this works against Yawgmoth, right? Does this stop the Yawgmoth combo, or does the Undying trigger when they leave the graveyard? When they leave the battlefield, so it just doesn't do anything? Is it possible that it just doesn't do anything? Yeah, that's what I was thinking right now at home. Yeah, I am not a judge. This just makes things weird, you know. What's up, Jeff Cat? I think it's possible that it doesn't stop it, which would be pretty awkward. And if that's the case, then I'm probably gonna just like... let's go without. I guess we can actually go with, and then we can switch the plan for game 2. For game 3, sorry. I think it's possible that it just doesn't do anything. Because it triggers when the thing leaves the battlefield. So it doesn't give the ability to discard the graveyard. So it's possible that just Jailer is a terrible sideboard cat here. Sure. Let's keep this. It's a little bit of a slower hand, but if we find Carrion Feeder would be great. I mean, Vial would probably be the best card. Also, I just noticed that it's really hard for us to cast Fatal Push. Yep, we only have exactly 6. We have exactly 6 ways of casting Fatal Push. So, yeah. Both Fatal Push, Push, Feed the Swarm, even Quest for the Gravelord. These are pretty rough. These are gonna be really hard for us to cast. I'm going with Scholar here. I know that I'm missing a drain. That's fine, I guess. But I have to get rid of the Yogg here. Awkward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I guess I'd rather they sack something. So I'm gonna take the Chord. Plague Engineer. Sounds good. Just gonna cast this thing. Brutal. But unfortunately, I think I have to cast this, so otherwise my opponent can... Wait, what are the chances that my opponent has 2 of these? What are the chances that my opponent has 2 Plague Engineers? YOLO. Okay. I'm gonna go for the highest upside play. I'm gonna go for the highest upside play, and we can start draining my opponent, and we can start, you know, to kill them. We're probably gonna lose to what's his name anyway. Yeah, so I guess that playing the Diagraph Captain doesn't really do anything for us. Because my opponent's gonna have the Yawgmoth in play. And we're just gonna die. Just gonna throw away the Wallards. Yeah, we're in really bad shape right now. Really, really bad shape. Wait, what? That's a mistake. They can't get Yawgmoth now. Are they just gonna get another engineer? Although I guess we cannot beat double engineer anyway, huh? Did my opponent just get lured by the value? Yep. It feels like they got lured by the value. Vial. Upstairs. Interesting. Huh. I think I want to play the captain. Just buffs my other dudes. Next turn we can start doing some serious draining. But now I can actually, you know, trade with the Hapatra. Oh, they just have a Chord. Oh no, I'm making food. Jailer doesn't stop Persistor and dying. Feels bad, man. Feels bad, man. It's okay. It's okay. We're hanging in here. We're hanging in here. Obviously, that misstepped evolution was a big deal. Damn it! So now we're in trouble. Now we are in trouble. Yep. That's a Yawgmoth. That's a Yawgmoth, all right. So they should kill the Colossus first. Or reset, yeah, they reset the Yawgmoth. That makes sense. And now with Hapatra, they can start spitting out 1/1. So they can basically, as long as they have life, they can kill my dudes. This is just too much for us to keep up with, so. Next one. So obviously we do not want the X-League Jailers. Cut those. X-Phoenix thing rather follow. Just a couple of Fatal Pushes and the Gravecrawler. How do I feel about Liliana? Player this card. Is this fine? It's like okay. It seems really hard to cast. Honestly, our mana base seems not great. Like all of these cannot cast Liliana. They cannot cast Yixley Jailer. Then we only have 6 sources to cast pushes, to cast this, to cast Feed the Swarm. Yeah, we're definitely going to be working on the mana base for this deck. We're definitely going to be working on the mana for the... Which, by the way, I would play one more land. No. Yes, I guess yes with this one. Gravecrawler. Urbor probably good ad. Yeah, Urbor would make sense. We also... I think the cigarettes are bad. I could see playing fetches and playing fetches and stuff like that. Fetches and one of each duel maybe. The cigarettes are in particular the rough ones. I guess cigarettes are even better than the other ones though. I guess that the worst ones are the what's his name? Can't remember the name. Ooh. Don't mind if I do, I guess. So I have a couple of options here. I can make this a 4/4 and swing. I can also Scholar, trigger on the stack, sack this, and exile the card for good. I think that's what I want to do. Alternatively, I could play Death Baron. I'm too afraid of my opponent having Yawgmoth though. So trigger on the stack, sacrifice this thing. And now whatever we exile, we're going to exile it for good. Yeah, that's a good one to exile. And neither of these guys can block, so we swing with both. If they block here, like they're probably going to throw the Wall of Roots in front of something, but we get in there for 2 damage, which is good. How's it going, Sergio? Yeah, I'm gonna be showcasing some Titania brews. I'm gonna be showcasing some Titania brews later today after we finish this league. Too bad that we can't vial the Gravecrawler from the graveyard, right? Terrible. Terrible, terrible, terrible. Zenith and Banwen? Never. Yeah, I've been talking to Spike. We've been trying to see different ways that we can approach. He was thinking more about I mean, I have a bunch of different shells for the whole thing. A couple of them are a little bit more all in. A couple of them are a little bit more mid rangey. Some of them are a little bit more aggressive. So we have a ton of options. That's why I like a card like Titania so much. It's just so flexible. So flexible. That's a bird. Just gonna instill the fear. Just instill the fear. There we go. Fatal push. And we can enable that at any given point. Okay. Okay. I think playing the Death Baron is better here. It sucks because I don't get to grow the Carrion Feeder. But now I have good attacks. That's nice. I'll check it out later, Ash. Surprise with no Orcish Lumberjack. That's awesome. Did I brew a Heartless Gitro on Titania list? I think I thought about it, but I have not actually put the list together. I think that's the current state. Oh, come on. Gross. Man, we have to dodge one turn, man. We have to dodge one more turn. And then we're gonna be able to push the Yogg. I mean, Tracker and Titania don't conflict with each other. They work fine side by side. And Titania is unplayable in Amulet, so if you're thinking about like not playing Titania for whatever reason, we have more 3-drops than 2-drops. I'm just gonna uptick the vial here. Also, if we find a 2-drop, we can cast it and then we can push. Yeah, I'm not sure how actually good the thing is gonna be, but Chord for 2. Sack that. Push that. They're gonna be able to chord for Ooze now, which is awkward, but it is what it is. Gonna get to draw a bunch of cards. They can't go that low though. Probably can't force chumps unless my opponent gets a little bit trigger happy. What am I looking for here? I guess another push. I guess another push is what I'm looking for. Imagine they're gonna find the guy that drains me. Yep. Lord. So if I attack with everything, say that my opponent double blocks on the Death Baron, that's fine. Because I violate the Lord. This is just creature that I control. Got him. How many copies of Tanya do you expect to be playing? Not 4. Depends on the deck. I have a couple of decks that are playing 4 copies. I have most decks are playing between 1 and 3. Young Wolf. So I guess that they just have, what's his name? Eldritch Evolution. Weird. Just attack with both of these. We attack with both of these. Opponent throws like some stuff under the bus. Opinion of full art Titania? I think it's worse than the OG art. It is always worse than the OG art. Because I don't think we can set up lethal here, because I only have one of these. So... yeah, I can't set up lethal. And I also can't set up a scenario where I can get back Scholar and cast it this turn, which is awkward. That's rough. I am gonna return Scholar next turn, however. We can't really beat Yawgmoth. Can't really beat Yawg. Suck this. Counter Zombie. Play Gravecrawler. And then we're gonna bounce the Tideholder Scholar and step. I don't even know when full. I think today is the last day of spoilers, if I'm not mistaken. So we should be getting all the missing cards later today at the latest. Don't have Yawgmoth. Please. Pretty please. Black and Vial. Play a Vial. Wall of Roots is fine. Wall of Roots is acceptable. I do accept Wall of Roots. Just want to run a 6 reprint. He's so expensive in Brazil. Is he? I mean, Ren is a messed up card though, so. Ren 6 is expensive everywhere, yeah. It's kind of what I was gonna say. So always no, always yield. That's pretty great. That is pretty great. I feel like I have to continue attacking. I think I want to send this guy too. If they want a double block, that's fine. This is the most expendable. How do you think the last spoiler? The Blue Drake with Veil is the closest we have had to Hogak in the entire spoiler, I think. I think it's the closest that we've gotten to Hogak. That's how I would describe it. D1777 with a 2-1 sub, coming back for the 6 months. Thank you so much, D1. Haven't been able to attend a stream in months. Big news, this Boggles player made it to the last part. You kidding me, really? That's amazing. Congratulations. Congratulations. That's big. Making it to the PT is no joke. Big, big congrats. We've been dodging my opponent's 17 copies of Yawgmoth like absolute champs. We've been dodging so well. Boggles was your first Mortal deck. It is extremely logical to me that that was the case, Tabs. I'm not surprised at all. Okay, I guess we die now. Damn it. Damn it! We were so close. We were so close. We were so freaking close. Okay. See you for the next round. Welcome to round number 2. Turn 1 Vial. Snap Keep. Turn 1 Vial. Snap Keep. Seacrum Coast. Delver of Secrets. Wow. Will it flip, chat? Will the Delver flip? Oh man. Wow, my opponent is confirmed absolute lucksack. Absolute lucksack. Revealing mana leak. They had the force. Delver insta flips. Just absolute lucksackness. We do have caverns here. 4 copies of cavern. These Lilianas have looked very bad. I don't like these Lilianas. Looked very slow, very clunky, just uncastable straight up. Straight up uncastable. Well, look at that. My opponent is very kind. Very kind soul. Helping me out hit my land drops. How is Delver the keeper of secrets when he's always revealing stuff? Wow. Wow. I did not see that one coming. Two cards on the bottom with Seer Ambitions. Yeah. Our curve is just really awkward. Our curve is just, we want our curve to be like this, not like that. Particularly when we're only playing 18 lands. I feel like 18 lands is definitely too few. Also, my opponent's the master of flipping Delvers. They never miss the beat. Insane. So we want some of that. Yeah, Linas are just terrible. I don't like them. I'm still trying to figure out where we would want this card. What is this card for? No, it's okay, Ash. I mean, this is why we play these decks, right? So we can learn from them, and we can make use quest against mid range. Okay. Yeah, I don't think I want this against Delver. My opponent could have stuff like Racing Borrower, so I don't think that's what I want to do. Sure. Turn one Vial. Okay, Zombie. Play my Bile. Please don't force it. Play the game on untap and won 10 games out of 12. That's sweet. Yeah, but like even I mean that is just resource-oriented thinking, right? Like whenever you're looking at a deck, you want to make sure that you're trying to build it the best that you can. In order to build it, you need to like get a feel for it, see what works, and try to even more so learn what doesn't work. Right? Those are the important things. So right now, like I cannot really tell you. Like what I can tell you is like the stuff that I feel that it's awkward. It may work. Like again, for example, like you were saying that the fatal pushers actually were fine for you. That you were able to cast them fails to find equipment. What? Because they have everything in hand. But the fact that you just randomly manage to hit your your sources and stuff doesn't necessarily mean that that your mana base can support that, right? And we are kind of feeling that a little bit right now when I'm sitting with this Fatal Push that I would have loved to have used on the Stoneforge Mystic, but I can't because I only have one land because I'm only playing 18 lands, and that land is an unclaimed territory. To make this green-black with Cocoa and Nurture and Peatland. Yeah, for sure. For sure. Just gonna plus both of these. I mean, I'm gonna go for it. If my opponent has a bolt, we're in so much trouble. But this is just so sick if this works. Yoshi Bear, thank you for the follow. This is just so ridiculously insane. Okay, so if I take the Batter Skull, I'm forcing my opponent to path the Scholar right now, which honestly seems like kind of a good deal for me. Oh, they can't path. Oh, that's amazing. That is so awesome. Oh, wow. Do I want to do this? I think I just want to diagraph. That is so incredible. Oh, that tight hollow scholar was money. That scholar is money. That was awesome. That's a sleight of hand. Someone told me somebody was playing Mother Zombie, so they just came rushing over. Well, you're in a good place, Yashi. You're in a good place. Did you see what just happened? Did you see what just happened? So we really want to find one of our 6 basic swamps now. But even if we don't, we're still kind of fine because this is going to drain. Like my opponent's going to be forced to Helix the Scholar, I guess, and then Chump Block. Oh, they're just main facing this? Oh, thank you, opponent. My opponent's like, yeah, I mean, I heard that you were having trouble casting your Fatal Push, so here's a little help, buddy. Like, okay, thanks. I appreciate it, opponent. Thank you so much. Thanks for helping out a friend, opponent. No to this one, yes to this one. Let's do this right now. Idia? Have a bolt. You have a bolt, huh? Still it. Money. That was money. Hell yeah. Yeah, we're fine here. Oh no. No vial. I'm like the unluckiest. I am the absolute unluckiest. There's some pretty good zombie synergies, I have to say. It really feels like Zombies is on the verge, just barely outside looking in, on the verge of playability. Why not play Mariner? Because Mariner is uncastable with our mana base, or pretty close to uncastable. Also, this is a Dono deck list, so it's not my deck list, unfortunately. A lot of tribal decks in Modern would be playable if Prowess wasn't alive. I mean, yes and no. But like overall, like I don't think that prowess is what's making or breaking zombies. Like it's just it's almost there, but it's not quite there, basically. Also, my opponent has never not flipped a Delver. In the entirety of this match, they have never not flipped a Delver on the first try. My opponent is a master. Absolute master of Delver flipping. So I think I'm just jamming in with both. Then we can do this. Maybe we'll get mana leaked. It does. That's fine. Sí, sí, Lex, este es un deck de dono. Argorth Man, thank you for that follow. Much appreciated. Very awkward. Very, very awkward. Well, I mean, I guess I'm gonna play the Death Baron here. We've never seen a Cavern of Souls, man. This is our 6th game, and we have never ever seen a single Cavern of Souls. Not even a single one. Probably gonna path this thing. Do you also have the Bolt opponent? They probably need the Bolt here. Yeah. I'm gonna kill the Death Baron. You're not killing Death Baron. Okay. If we find another one of these ones, or the other Lord, the one that drains them, we may be able to win the race. Ugh. Yuck. Well, don't really have very many decision points here. I'm just gonna bolt my Gravecrawler. I'm just gonna be super sad. Yeah, or that, whatever. Really unfortunate. Where's my Fatal Push? Fatal Push! Alright. Sad face. See you for the next round. Alright. Round number 3 is upon us. And we're going to be keeping this hand. Because it's great. So we're going to keep it. Because it's great. We can empty our hand quickly and then we can start drawing multiple cards with Blood Scrivener. Whew. Whew. Zombie. You're enjoying this deck? I think this deck is really cool. I think this deck is really cool. Either Vile. I wonder what we're playing against, right? Could be playing against Plobby Spirits. Mi carta favorita que no sea verde, por decirlo de alguna manera, es Goblin Bombardment. So we're playing against the Spike deck, I would assume. Put a Gravecrawler into play. I think they don't really have any 1-drops. Two. Black, white. Ninja Cetaceo, thank you for the follow. Horror Champion? Damn. Yeah, we'll probably take that one, huh? And then we can draw step, take their Tef. Sweet. So the nice thing that we can do here is if my opponent wants to go for Watcher, we can flip this Liliana, which is nice. Servant. Huh. So serve with that. If opponent blocks, we violate Liliana. Then we take the trade, flip Lily. Now we have a walker. Oh, I guess I should have vialed this in before. Yeah, I missed on a drain. Black. Yes, and I guess I'm just plussing here. We can just get this back next turn anyway. Opponent 1 card in hand. You could have drawn 2 cards there. How? Why would they fetch shock on upkeep? It's pretty weird. Bugler. Ooh. Apparition. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. But then my opponent probably doesn't take the block. Then the creature with mana value X. Am I just getting this back this turn? Because I can't exile, I can't make them discard the apparition. So I think I'm just swinging with the Gravecrawler to drain them for 1. Play this, name Zombie. And I think I'm getting this thing back. Sure. We can draw 2 then. Drain for 1. Why not swing with the token? Because my opponent has a free block there. Swinging with the token doesn't make too much sense. Swinging with this one makes sense because I get a free drain and I'm not using my mana. No, this is a 2/3, this is a 2/2. So it just doesn't really line up. I'm assuming my opponent is gonna Apparition and they're gonna take my Oriok and they're gonna take this Scholar and then they're gonna violate the Oriok Champion. That feels like the way that they stabilize here. They take Liliana? There's no way they drew Ephemerate, right? If they drew Ephemerate, this is a disaster. Because we have nothing going on. I wonder if my opponent is supposed to attack here. Yeah, I was gonna say, like, it's kind of free. Like, I don't want to trade with any of their cards, so their attack is kind of free there. Just taking it. We're gonna get to draw 2, which is great. For the very, very low price of 1 life. No, they drew Ephemerate. Draw 2. Awesome. What can we play around and what can't we play around? We can't play around anything, can we? Also, we can't even activate the ability from Lord of the Undead. I don't think we got a jam though. Oh, we just had nothing? Crazy. Alright. Pushes seem fine. Mire Triton, not really. Not really. Just the pushes. Feels like the pushes have been coming in every single game. I'm just gonna bring a couple of them though. The issue now is that we have a bunch of little dudes. I think I'm just gonna cut a couple of Colossus. Like I actively do like Liliana a fair amount in this matchup. I do like Liliana a fair amount. Yeah, I do think Liliana is actively good here. Zombie. Two mana, Wall of Omens. Okay. Solid start for them. Play this thing, pass the turn. And then I guess we're going to play Death Baron so that this guy can attack. Yeah, a lot of people have been digging the zombies. I'm digging it as well, to be honest. Oh, wow. Yikes. That's a problem. Scholar. Nope. Zombie. I mean, I'm just going to play the Baron and we're going to swing for 3. Not much else that we can really do. We can empty our hand for next turn though, which is nice. Yeah, time to draw push right now. That's funny. I mean, next turn we have some pretty solid attacks, I'll tell you. We double Diagraph Captain. The drain in this card is kind of powerful. Yep. Well, that's GG's. We cannot beat that. Yeah, we cannot beat that. Yep. I guess I can fight a little bit longer, but I don't think we can really get away from this. Zombie flooded. Man, and I can't even use it as a surprise blocker, which is terrible. Oh, did I just... I totally fucked up there. I should have... Wow, wow, that was a crazy brain fart. I just straight up brain farted. I'm like, wait, why am I playing this second main? Like, I wanted to play this first main. Whoops. Well, I guess that happened. I guess that happened. Well, I mean, if my opponent gets careless here, we can trade with the Soulherder, which would be a great trade for us. Please get greedy. Please get greedy. Yes! Yes! Thank you. Don't path me. Don't path me. Don't do it. No. Damn it, man. Brutal. Wait. Can we please? Can we trade, please? Damn it! No. Sadness goes on the stack. Sadness resolves. It's a lot of value, baby. That is a lot of value. You do get to draw 2 here. Just not nothing, but it kind of feels a little bit like nothing. Also, I hit yes on that one. We can't beat all that stuff. Next round. This seems like I really feel like I want access to another sack outlet, which honestly, I was talking about zombie Goblin Bombardment earlier. It may be exactly what this kind of deck is looking for. In fact, I've already did a little bit of brewing in that department. It's coming. I mean, I'm not gonna do the deck tech in the middle of the match. Jake, give me a minute, right? Like let me finish the match, and then in between matches we can do the deck tech. I'm not gonna like stop the entire match to do the deck tech. Zombie. Boom. I kind of want to go wide with Diagraph Colossus. Uh-oh. I mean, I'm probably still gonna do that, but can you please not have an apparition for this thing? Because I would like to go really, really wide here. No! Oh, interesting. Well, I guess it makes sense, right? I guess it makes sense. Because now they can gain a bunch of life with this thing. Otherwise, we drain them for every life that they win. Another apparition? Yeah, okay. One of us was luckier than the other one. Really awkward. I mean, we may be able to go wide enough. We just need my opponent to not have Soulherder. If they have Soulherder, we probably can't win, but if they don't have Soulherder, we may be able to hang in there. Okay. Yeah, we have no outs, right? Yeah, they took my Colossus. I mean, my opponent could just take this, right? Like, it's just no big deal. They're 28. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna be able to raise this. Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to raise this. Yeah, I can keep playing for like 10 more minutes, and we're just gonna slowly fall further and further behind. We have no cards in our deck that can actually that can actually bring us back up into this game. Even if we have push, we cannot enable revolt. My opponent's gonna be able to like keep on slowly apparitioning my relevant zombies one after the other one. The tokens that I get amount to nothing. So I think that this is just unbeatable. So just gonna go to the next match. Okay, 4th round. This hand seems okay. So ready for a device versus shitty rock cascade piles. I don't think they're gonna be shitty, and I think you're gonna lose to those decks a lot more than you think you are. How is the blue dragon Hogak? I mean, just read the card, right? Read the card. It's a 2 mana like 5/5 or 7/7 flyer. That's pretty close to Hogak. Dropping, thank you for the follow. Well, I mean, the issue, you're saying living in sounds better, but in reality, that's just not true all the time. It is true some part of the time, but like living in cannot really, or really struggles to beat Graveyard Hate, and this deck does not care at all about Graveyard Hate. I'm talking about the Rug Cascade decks, by the way. I'm not talking about this specific deck. Scholar seems kind of interesting here. So they can Rift Bolt kill this. I guess it just doesn't matter what I take. We can't beat this opener, right? Like it's the Eidolon that kills us. They have 1 bolt in hand still. We don't have lands. Yeah, let's just move on to the next game. Mire Triton actually sounds pretty solid here. Liliana does not. Pushes probably 3 of them over a couple of lords and Blood Scrivener. We're recording Titan Talk today. Get some good news. You're gonna be able to check out. Had a good, nice little podcast that we recorded. This hand doesn't do anything, right? No! No! The dreaded vile cigarette hand. No. We are indeed in the worst timeline. We are indeed in the worst timeline. Okay, this hand's pretty solid. Gonna keep this. Bottom that and bottom that. That was really funny. Diagraph Captain. Yeah, take the Serum Blaze. We're gonna get Serum Blazed soon enough, but I don't think we can ever beat this matchup, can we? We have to kill this Gobbo. It's gonna be too much damage otherwise. Goes face. Okay. Yeah, that seems better to me, Ash. It's still like the curve is a little bit awkward. But like that looks a little bit more cohesive to me. I think I'm gonna just use this lightning bolt, right? Also, we're never hitting line drop apparently. Yeah, the multi 5's not working out. The multi 5 is not working out here. Pony just made face going face with everything. Like, that's just really bad news. That's really, really bad news for the home team over there. So they have a Bodos Charm. They use the Blaze. I mean, I think that you can... I remember Spike at one point was messing around with zombies, and his list was super interesting because he just played along the curve a little bit better instead of being clogged on 3s. I can't remember what his list looked like though. So the only shot we have here is to draw the gain 2 life thingy. That doesn't do it, I don't think. Because they have the Boros Charm. And then this thing, so. Yeah, the fact that they drew the land there makes things really awkward. opponent's gonna Boros Charm me in response and then resolve the Rift Bolt and we're dead. Rough. Last one. Alright, last round. His hand looks reasonable. Let's keep it. From which date can image to be played? I think that is going to be Thursday. So the cards are probably not going to be available, but we're going to be able to use the cards that have been reprints and stuff like that. It looks like 5-color Niv. And if my opponent is going to minus a Ren on this, I'm going to be really sad. The 03 versus 04 matchup. That is a tale as old as time. Zombie. Let's play this dude. F6. We again have the thing where my internet just decides to stop working. That's really annoying. That's really annoying. Path to Exile Season Pyromancer is what they discard. Huh. Interesting choices. Who needs art anyway? It's like Naya, Kiki-Chord or something. That seems to be the case. Some sort of Naya Kiki. Well, that would be a great time to draw a Gravecrawler. Gravecrawler would be pretty solid here. Wall of Blossom, Season Pyromancer, Germ Token. Yorion in hand. It's gonna be a good Yorion. It's gonna be a good Yorion. Draw 4. Man, that is so rough. That is so rough that we cannot get rid of the last stupid fucking card in the hand. We also don't have our synergies going on with Gravecrawler. This is super rough. This is super rough. Things are just not lining up here. Things are really not lining up here. And I feel like that was the key spot, because now my opponent gets to play Yorion, they get to blink the Batterskull. If they want to, they get to suit up the Batterskull with the Yorion. Rough. That's so rough. No, okay, that's too much for me. Too much for me. I can only be so unlucky. Wow. Okay. Those were some draws. Pro green doesn't really do anything for me. This doesn't do anything. Hex, I think if I follow. This doesn't do anything. This doesn't do anything. I don't like our cards in the sideboard. In this matchup. Just gonna go the same way. No, this is not my brew. This is a donation deck list. skip this hand. If we find a land, we may be okay. We only have 18 lands though, so 16 remaining. Huh. That's rough. Just exile the Stoneforge. We probably can't beat a Stoneforge this early in the game. That is an apt ending for today's league. That is an apt ending for today's stream. All right, looking at the list, I don't like this card, and I don't like this one. This seems reasonable, but it just feels like it's a little bit too much to get going. I think I would play some. So, I guess this is a good time. This is a good time to show what I was thinking about. So I was doing some brewing with, you know, Carrion Feeder, Crypt Breaker, Gravecrawler. So if I wanted to build a zombie deck, this is what I would want that zombie deck to look like. So we have more access to ways to get our sacrifice synergies going. We also have some extra payoff. This is an Undead Ogre, trust me, even though Magic Online doesn't want to show me the the art. I don't know about Stitcher Supplier. This may be a little bit too weak. Particularly because like we do have Bloodghasts to go with Golden Bombardment, of course, and Pseudopore Cutthroat to go with our sacrifice synergies, but Supplier may be just like a little bit too weak. Ride the Ancestors is a way for us to get our zombies back and kind of present a sort of combo finish. By playing such a low curve, we also get access to Lurus in the sideboard. So if we were going to, like, I'm going to be playing this deck. Like this is one that I'm going to be playing because of my own choosing. I am willingly going to be playing the deck like this. As you can see, this is 63 cards. I have not really trimmed the edges just yet, but like this is the idea. I just wanted to put the idea on Magic Online so I can work from there. But obviously we have some synergies with Bloodghast and coming back from the graveyard with the lands. We have some synergies with Gravecrawler, Carrion Feeder, and Goblin Bombardment to grow your dudes. Thoughtseizes in order to interact with your opponent. We unfortunately don't have access to Cabal Therapy, so Thoughtseizes is going to be the way that we interact. Supplier enables your Rally the Ancestors to be a little bit better. As I was saying, I'm not sure whether this is where I want to go. I think that the 2 copies of Crypt Breaker are going to be good enough to play, but I'm not sold on it either. I don't know if I want to play 3 or 4 of this card. I think I may want to have 4. I think Undead Ogre is going to be really, really good. That's going to be the way for us to recoup the card advantage. And then Wayward Servant and Pseudopore Cutthroat are going to be our the Ancestors kind of combo finish sort of deal. I have not worked on this deck enough just yet, so as you can see, you know, it's not finished. But if I wanted to play something zombie-esque, this is what I would go for. This is what I would be thinking of, and I would try to build my my deck in such a way to just focus on what I want my synergies to be, try to make sure that my curve is as low and as clean as possible, that I have access to some disruption in case that my combo is not quick enough. So Thotis and Scholar are gonna be really important pieces of the puzzle here. And then, of course, you know, like my mana, I just want to make sure that I can always cast my spells. So I have access to at least 8 fetch lands, Savai Triumph. Maybe I cannot afford to play Triumph, though. Like, this is another thing that I was thinking. Like, Savai Triumph is obviously great, but, you know, with only 18 lands, having access to an ETB tap land in a deck that really wants to get to the board very quickly seems a little bit... seems a little bit close. I couldn't open it, like it's not opening. That's why I didn't check the zombies thing. Again, my internet is just acting up right now, so unfortunately I can't really see it. Bonkar, thank you so much for the Prime subscription. Welcome to the Prime Time Stronghold. Always happy to welcome the brand new subscribers. But yeah, this is what I'm gonna be playing with. Zombie related, I guess, or zombie adjacent would be a way to put it. Hopefully you enjoyed it, the video, even though we didn't do a lot of winning. I feel like this kind of strategy has a place. And it's not a joke. It's not a joke. Like, you can set up scenarios where a deck like this can be grindy enough to deal with control decks and stuff like that fast enough to get under those mid-range strategies, and then if you can get your synergies together, it can be also powerful enough to overpower some strong decks. So I think that this kind of strategy has a place in Modern, and particularly with the printing of Goblin Bombardment, we're going to be seeing some of this. At least I am going to be playing with it. So even if it's not like a part of the metagame or anything like that, I am going to be jamming some games with decks like this for sure, because I really like this card. That's gonna be it for me today. If you enjoyed the content, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button, and throw me a comment there down below if you want to let me know about something that I missed, something that you liked, or something that you disliked. I will see you in the next video, and have a great rest of your day. Bye bye.